There are tons of myths about online learning. People kind of have this impression of what it is, and they maybe have never experienced it before. So one has to do with this. Online learning is about technology. It's not. It's about people. Online learning is about reaching people in their lives where they are and really bringing the education to people, or kind of meeting them in the middle ground somewhere. So it's really not technology driven. We're using technology as a resource, but it's really about student learning, about student-student interaction, about student-instructor interaction, about students grappling with new content and ideas and concepts and trying to apply it in their lives. And a second one is this myth that online learning is fully online, but it's not. In fact, there's no such thing as fully online learning, because as a student, you're not climbing into the internet to take the course. You're in a physical world in a physical context. And a lot of really great online courses take advantage of that. So they might give you assignments where you go out and interview people, or do observations, or you talk with people. You might even engage in some kind of service, and it's tied to what you're learning in the class or the program. And that's really one of the powers of online learning. It's not just sitting in front of a computer typing and doing your assignments all the time. It's also challenging you to kind of get out there in the world and learn some things and then bring it back. A third myth is that students don't really learn as much online as they did in face-to-face courses. The reality is we have a wealth of research to suggest that that just isn't true. There are tons of studies called the No Significant Difference studies. It really doesn't matter what modality of learning. It has to do with the learning objectives, the effectiveness of the teaching and the learning, the commitment of the learners. And when those things are there, learners can learn as effectively, or there's some studies to even show instances where students learn more in an online environment than they did in a face-to-face environment. A fourth one is this myth that all online courses are the same thing. So people sometimes put online learning in this one category, but there are lots of different types of online learning. Even here at Concordia, for example, we have some programs that are built as self-paced, so that you can sign up and you can work through the course at your own pace. And if you work really hard and have a lot of time on your hands, you might be able to finish an entire course in 4 or 5 weeks, and other people stretch it out to maybe 8 or 10 weeks. And that's more self-paced, it's more student interaction with the professor. We have other courses that are more collaborative courses, where you sign up and you have a lot of rich discussion online with other classmates. And we have others that are more of a cohort type fashion, where you actually go through every course in the program with the same group of students, and you get to know students really well from course to course, and you can build some wonderful, sometimes even lifelong relationships. We even have another format of a program that's more competency based, where you sign up for courses, but within those courses, there are a list of like 6 to 8 things you need to know and be able to do. And there are no formally required readings even in that model. In this model, there are readings available, but you use the readings only if you need them to demonstrate that you meet the competency. And there are projects that you do, so very project-based. So many different possibilities in online learning. And then the fifth one is this idea that online learning is impersonal. So yes, it's really intimate and personal to be in a room with another person, to give a person a physical hug, right? And to look someone right in the eyes when you're talking to them. But there are other ways to have personal connections with people. In fact, think about the concept of letter writing. It's one of the more intimate things people can do, is to write a personal letter, a personal thank you, or a personal letter of encouragement to another person. And they might be on the completely other side of the world. But when you read that, it's not like you're reading a technology. It's not like a technology of writing or paper or anything. It's a personal connection with that other person. Online learning does the same thing. You can build rich personal connections with your professor and sometimes with your classmates and other people. Those are 5 myths. There maybe are others too, but I think it's time to set those aside and to realize that online learning is a very powerful and robust learning experience. It's been going on for 25 plus years, and it's benefiting tons of people around the world.